this time I have for the diaphragm, I have to use an indicator muscle. So make sure the indicator is qualified. I already know it is, but I'm just going to check again, just to be thorough. Good. What I'm going to do, the diaphragm will find...
Sorry, do you just saying diaphragm is...
He was just testing with the
yeah.
whether it was a good indicator muscle.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sorry?
will you just, what would you do then in terms of diaphragm?
Nothing, I need to use an indicator to test the diaphragm. Because I can't actually directly test it.
Right.
So I need to qualify the indicator again.
Yeah.
And then I'll get to activate the diaphragm, I'll get you to breathe in. And when she breathes in, yeah, there's an inhibition response. So if you were to write down in Jessie's, the back, under the intrinsic system, she has an inhibited diaphragm. I'm not going to correct it now, because we're not going to go into the corrections just yet. You're going to?
In there, which?
Diaphragm. Intrinsic system.
I can remember when I finished writing
There. My kinetic chain. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, and then pelvic floor. Now this is an interesting one. There is, but there's ones at the front, ones at the back. Okay, so the ones at the front, what we do to test them, again, making sure I would check for an indicator that works. Yep. I want you to hold back a wee.
Hold what?
Hold back a wee, a number one. Hold back. I want you to hold yourself from going to do a number one. And look here, that's fine. And then hold back the other thing, number two. Or, you know what. And then do that again. Yeah, so that's at the back. That's the back pelvic floor. So if you hold back a fart or a poo, it's posterior pelvic floor. Okay, so just do that again. So posterior pelvic floor. For you, let's see if we can localize it left or right. Do that same thing again on the left side. Try and use your conscious mind to do left.
Which one? Like
the back. Nothing happens. Do it on the right. Goodness me. Yeah. So we know you have a right posterior pelvic floor. Inhibition. Interesting.
Yeah, because I actually, you know what? I can actually feel. I usually
don't.
Yeah. I usually don't feel much with like my period. I've got really good periods and like not much pain. But this time it was like I can feel tightness here, which is a bit abnormal.
Okay.
And I guess it was related to the period. But
maybe, but also potentially we don't know. Just going through menstruation could be also affecting these muscles and neurology. Yeah.
It does.
It does. It doesn't necessarily mean it should inhibit it, though, but maybe it can have an effect. Multifidi. This is a bit of a trickier one, guys. Come around. Everyone stand up, come around. This is the lower back core muscle. The way we test it is we get your hands off there, so you go there. We rotate your legs this way. So rotate that way, that way. Rotate.
I'll hold it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to pull up like that. I want you to resist that.
Okay.
Good. This one is often hypertonic.
Which one?
This one.
Oh, this.
So it's this muscle here. See?
It's a lot of pressure in the lower back all the time.
I feel like I'm using my legs actually.
Yeah. So let's see. So like just rotate and keep your legs straight.
Straight.
And then rotate.
Rotate.
Okay, and I'm just, there we go.
Oh yeah, there
Cool.
we go.
That's better. And hold the lines. Hold the lines. And then inhibits normally. Good. A little bit hypertonic. Just bring that away from now. We'll test it in the clear. Rotate that way. And then up. Okay, and then the lines. That one's hypertonic. So her right multifidi. Hypertonic. So we have a pattern here. We have inhibition at the back right, hypertonic back right.
So it's like
there's a pattern. It's like a talking pattern. Not talking.
Yeah.
Talk. Yeah.
Cool. And then we have sacrospinalis, which are the big muscles that go up. So these are the erector spinae muscle. There's a few ways you can test this in a lying way. Again, this time I'm going straight up again, but your legs are straight. Okay.
Does it matter if her feet are like orthodox?
It can have an effect, but it just shouldn't be neutral. Now that already feels like it's going. No. That feels functional dysfunctional because it feels like it's a fake strength. So I'm going to go to the muscle, the indicator. No. Okay. It's all good. So, yeah, there we go. because it's a long lever, I can put more pressure. Yeah, and it's a really strong muscle as well. So sometimes it will often lock up, but then if you just keep pulling through, it will let go. So
you're
it's
saying
a
bunch
bit
of muscles?
nondescript.
I can't remember the sacrospinalis.
Huh?
Are they a bunch of muscles or is one?
A bunch of them.
Yeah.
Another way to test it, if you go to a seat, you just face the group. Come up to a seat.
Oh.
Yep, swing your legs around. Sit there. If you were to have cross your arms across your chest, like that. If I was to test it straight across, I'm just going to, maybe I'll stabilise here or something, and I'll just push straight that way. Yep. That feels, if I was to squeeze the spindles there. That one actually inhibits more. Another way would be if someone holds a card, aligns, we should get the same response. Does that make sense? So they're cool, they're fine. Because that was inconclusive with her lying down, I had to do another test. And that showed a bit more accuracy. But your pattern for this is diaphragm, pelvic floor, multifidi. Under, over.
You know, it's funny because I have fractured my thing before, and I also have this, right?
Yep.
Where I like jumped off a cliff.
Could all be.
In the waterfall, and smashed the water into my thing a few years ago.
I want to look at that.
Yeah.
And all these things could be contributing.
Am I done?
Yeah, yeah.